It's what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man back in the 90s. So I'm celebrating the 90s with this top, utilizing simplicity and 9337, part of Sew Your View. So if you want to get into the details of this pattern, keep on watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video I am going to give you a quick pattern review of what I created to be a part of hashtag Sew Your View or hashtag SYV submissions, which stands for Sew Your View. This month they are doing Simplicity 9337, hosted this month by the lovely Coca May Boutique and her husband, Get Him Up. I will go ahead and pick both of their IG channels in the description box below so you could go over and see their inspiration and what they created, as well as put the Instagram handle for Sew Your View in the description box below. And make sure you follow the hashtag Sew Your View or hashtag SYV submission so you will see all the other creators that have sewn this pattern. I also want to highlight Legionero because she has sewn this pattern like 5 or 6 times. So this is a TNT pattern of Legionero. All right. Now, before we get started, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. If you're new to the channel, welcome, hello, ciao, guten tag, aloha, hola, konnichiwa, wagwan, bonjour. If you're returning, go get you something to drink and a quick snack. Come on back so we could go ahead and get into this pattern review. So without further ado and without any more pauses, let's go ahead and get right on into this pattern review. All right, so first things first, the pattern is Simplicity 9337, which is this one right here. I'm going to put it up on the screen so you can see it as well. So this is just basically a unisex relaxed knit top, pants, or shorts. You could do any of the views. Now, if you do not follow me on Instagram, I don't know why the heck you not, but you miss a lot if you're not following me on Instagram. All right. So on Instagram last week, I actually showed you guys that I was color blocking this pattern. Also, I said I was color blocking and I was using a fleece instead of a knit because I bought a lot of fleece back in November, December time, and I refused to just let it sit around. All right, so I decided to use fleece, and there's some goods and some bads of it, and I'm going to tell you about that here shortly. All right, so the pattern description for this pattern is just basically unisex knit top, shorts, or pants. You can mix and match however you choose. All right, let's go ahead and get into notions used. So for this pattern, there's no notions used whatsoever because I just created the top. I actually did view A on the pattern. I was originally going to do view B, but I did view A on the pattern. So I did print the line art and I did kind of sketch it on what I wanted to do. I just took my color pencils and I just basically made it do what it do, and just kind of, I actually had seen something on Pinterest for this. So I just kind of like played around with the colors that was already in my stash and made it do what it do. Now, I did not get around to doing the pants. I will be doing the pants in these upcoming months, probably when it gets a little colder because it is hot right now with this top on, I will admit. All right, let's talk about fabric used. Fabric used for this pattern is just your cozy flannel. I think it's called cozy flannel. Yes, I think it's called cozy flannel or cozy fleece. I'll put what it's called in the description box below. I'm going to go to my stash and see what it's actually called. I think I purchased each color like a yard, and it was like $2.99 or something like that per yard. So this entire outfit probably cost me maybe $16, $15 or something like that. So it's a steal for a quick sweater. And I tell you, I love it because it's nice and cozy, but after you wash it, it does shed a lot. So I've been using a lot of the lint roller in order to keep it all together. All right, let's talk about skill level. So for the skill level, this is an easy to sew pattern. Lee Gennaro, she does have a sew along for this pattern if you're interested, but it is super easy and it is an easy to sew pattern as well. All right, let's talk about pattern pieces. So for this pattern, I think I used like 4 pattern pieces. I think I'm gonna get the pattern instructions just to tell you. So for this pattern, I think I used 4 or 5 pattern pieces. So the pieces that I used in order to do view A was pattern piece 1 through 6. So 6 pattern pieces. So pattern piece 1, the front, pattern piece 2, the back, pattern piece 3, the neckband, pattern piece number 4, the sleeve, and pattern piece number 5, the sleeve band, pattern piece number 6, the lower band. So 6 pattern pieces in order to construct this entire top. All right, let's talk about pattern sizing. So for this pattern, it comes in 1 pattern envelope, and that's extra small to extra large. The size that I cut for this pattern was an extra large. And the reason why I cut an extra large, which I wish I did it for 2 reasons. So I cut an extra large because I knew I was not using stretch knit fabric. I was using a flannel fleece, whatever. I think it was called a flannel, a cozy flannel. Yes, that's what it's called, cozy flannel. So I figured I needed to size it up just a little bit, but I sized it up way too much because it is big everywhere and boxy, which I'm not mad about it. However, if it's too big, you could easily look preggo. So in the stomach area, I look preggo, and I'm just gonna put a caveat. I am not pregnant. I'm not having any more children, okay? My youngest is 7. I'm good. I don't want any more. I could adopt and give them back, but I don't want no more of my own. So I'm not pregnant, okay? So that's the pattern sizing. That's the pattern pieces as well. That's the size I cut. Modifications. Let's get into modifications. So yes, I did make modifications like I showed you on the illustration from the line art that I just kind of, you know, drew, not necessarily draw, but colored in where I want my pieces. Now, a couple of things I will say: when you are color blocking, make sure you add seam allowance to all pieces that will be adjoining. You know, so if you're joining one color to the other, you have to add seam allowance. I do have a video where I did some color blocking and I did some drafting. It was a video that I did that was called Nordstrom. I think it was like a Nordstrom DIY cardigan. The actual cardigan cost $300, but I made it do what it do for $30. So I will link to that video in the description box below, as well as on the end screen. But just to kind of give you a quick tip of what you need to do when you're color blocking. Like for instance, this red piece. I know that this red piece is connecting to this side, the yellow, as well as at the bottom for the black. So what I did was I added seam allowance to the side that's going to be touching the yellow, as well as the bottom that's going to be touching the black. So those are, and I did a 1/2 inch seam allowance as well. Now, one thing you want to do, like with a top like this, I just serged the inside, but because I ran out of black fabric to put on the inside, cotton fabric. But what I would have done if I had, because I was doing a color block, I would have actually just basically had the black or whatever, a solid color on the inside, and kind of based it all the way around and create one piece to where I'm not having, it looks really clean on the inside. I would have done that, but I didn't have a solid fabric in order to do that with. So I just left it as it is and serged the seams, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about, did it look like the photos or the drawing on the pattern envelope? Absolutely. So it looked exactly like the pattern envelope, if I do say so myself. The photos came out amazing, thanks to my daughter, who's my photographer, right? But I gave her the photos that well, not necessarily the photos. I showed her a picture of salt and pepper because that's what I was going for in the photos. I wanted to recreate the 90s hit group, 80s and 90s, Salt and Pepper. I did every last one of their poses as best as I could because it was really sunny outside. So I created, you know, a look, and I'm gonna put the picture up of what transpired, the colors, as well as how I took these photos, what transpired there to make me want to take the photos the way that I did. Okay, so I'm gonna put that up so you can see that. But I think that the photos came out amazing. It looks exactly like the pattern as well. Let's talk about the instructions. Are the instructions easy to follow? Yes, they are easy to follow. I did not look at the instructions or Legionaro's video because, like I said, it's 6 pattern pieces. And because I was color blocking, I had to do a little extra. Now, I will say the most part that takes so much time is color blocking. That's what took me the longest to get the front and the back. Once all the color blocking was done, this came together in like 3 hours. For the top, period, like the top, you know, attaching the front to the back, attaching the sleeves, the sleeve band, and the bottom. Now, I don't know if you can see this, and I'm going to show you guys this in the photos that I actually color blocked the sleeve band as well. I just basically made, you know, the center of the sleeve band. I just basically made sure to add a 1/2 inch on both sides for the green and the black. And I just basically created my own style of what I wanted this top to be, and it is amazing, if I do say so myself. All right, let's talk about likes and dislikes. So it's not a dislike for the pattern. I actually love this pattern. I will do it again. So would I sew it again? Yes, I would. My daughter wants this top, so I think I kind of already lost the top. And it's going to be probably like her oversized shirt, I guess you could per se. But once I was done with this and put it on my dress form, my daughter was like, could I have that, or could you make another one? First of all, I'm not making another one where I'm color blocking. I think one and done in these colors would be great, okay? But I think I'm done. I will sew this pattern again with different colors, but I think that I want to take it in a little bit and do it in a large instead of an extra large. But there's no dislike. I actually love the pattern, and this will be put on my list for TNT pattern. I do have a little cubby underneath my stairs because I have some stairs, and then I have a whole closet. Some of you guys have probably already seen that before, but in there, I do have all my TNT patterns that I could always go to. So this is one that I will put in my TNT pattern stash. Thank you, Legionero. Thank you, Sew Your View. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, twins, for selecting this pattern for Sew Your View. All right. Let's talk about first time experiences. There's no first time experience whatsoever. I have color blocked before, so that's not a first time experience. I have done sweaters before as well, so there's no first time experience. All right. Let's talk about recommendations. Would I recommend this pattern to others? Absolutely. I think it's amazing. I think it's great. I think this is a quick and easy, quick kind of like sweater or knit top that you can do and look fashionably cute, okay? Like, you could dress it up or dress it down. You could wear it with heels. You could wear it with sandals. You could wear it with boots. You could do what I did and wear it with some ACGs, okay, boots. So you could definitely style it however you want. You can even wear it with sandals, some slide-ons. I mean, this is like a Netflix and chill type pattern. So I do love it. You know, I didn't get around to making the joggers, but I will make the joggers as well with another mate, because this one I'm gonna go give to my daughter, to be honest with you, and I'm just gonna make another one in some pastel colors, okay? So that's my plan there. All right, so let's talk about my pattern rating. So for this pattern, I'm giving this pattern a 5 out of 5. Like, if you don't have this pattern on the next Simplicity sale, go get the pattern. If you do it in a different fabric outside of what's called for, which is a knit fabric, I highly advise you to, I measured the pattern pieces and I thought because it was knit, it was going to be too small, but actually I think it's spot on if you use a different fabric. All right. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, keep sewing.
we are not playing the same. No, we not looking to change. Hand on the wheel, they think we lacking the drive. Boy, you should stay in your lane. Foot on the gas, I do not care if I crash, long as I stick to the plan. What is the plan? I cannot lie for none of you, long as I know who I am. I'm in control, God got his hand on my soul. And if I land and he got the remote, made it this far, it's a miracle, miracle. Anything less is cynical, cynical. Staying true, I can't lie in your interview. Tell the truth.